Distinguished adventurers, welcome to another week, and another day, and another weekly patronage. I, as I have been in the past, am Lauren. I'm one of the content creators here at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and today we're going to be once again having some fun with some patron variants and some patron challenges, and drinking some tea, and ignoring the fact that half the shelves behind me are empty. Just ignore that. Just don't even look at it. It's fine. It's all fine. So welcome. Welcome, chat. Welcome, everybody. It's been a busy couple weeks. The last couple of weeks for Idle Champions has been filled with a lot of announcements and updates and exciting anniversaries and all kinds of stuff going on. And this week, hopefully, will be a little more relaxed, a little bit more casual, a little bit more on the easy side. And hopefully for all of you as well. I mean, celebrations are fun, but there's only so many celebrations you can have before it's time to do something else and, like, grab a nap. So, hopefully, today will be a little bit more of a relaxing day. Hi, everyone in chat. Yeah, so I have new shelves. They came while I was gone over the weekend. They were supposed to come a week ago, and I've done my best to start to fill them, but as you can probably see behind me, some of them are still empty. I was going to put up the blue screen, but then I put on a blue shirt, and guess what? Here we are. So I hope you don't mind. Everyone's going to be looking at the game anyway, right? Like, who's looking at the shelves behind me? Also, since we just got the update, the noon update on a Monday, not only do all of the new patron challenges come out, but it's time to pick up our anniversary gift. That's right. If you are playing along at home, remember to go claim your gift. Hey! We'll go ahead and grab that. I have a whole bunch of chests I have to open up. That's my own fault. But there we go. Gift done. I even have some of the new familiars out here because I had to. Because, I mean, I sat and watched Alexis and Michelle draw those amazing creatures from the sketching hour, and how could I not pick them up as familiars? They're adorable. So yes, if you are new to this show, welcome. We go through the patron challenges that have just opened up for the week. We try to get as many done as possible. I answer some questions. We talk about some random stuff. I give some information about the week. And yeah, we just have generally a fun time. And I have the amazing duo of Martin and Mars as our moderators / producers for today's show. So thank you to the both of you. Appreciate you. I try to keep an eye on chat, but in case I miss a question that comes through, they will be grabbing those questions. It helps them a lot if you put question in big capital letters at the start of your question, because it makes it a little easier for them to grab it and for me to see it. But otherwise, our identity has been exposed. I mean, if only you knew that at the beginning of every single episode, we say who the moderators are and thank you. I have some green tea today, and I have some juice in my other cup. I'm doing the Mars thing. I've got multiple cups, but only one with tea. And yeah, let's get going, shall we? What I have going on right now is I have to finish up some of the new adventures and variants that came out. I kind of got behind on those, and so I don't really have any other adventuring parties going on because I knew this stream was coming up, and I've got kind of the Heroes of the Plains crew out there grinding through, but we're done with this one. So before we start answering some questions that have come in, before we even finish out this adventure, I'm going to take a moment. Let's go ahead and see what our challenges are for the week, because they just came out, and it's good to kind of sit and make a little bit of a plan. While we're planning, also chat if you want to tell me if there's a specific patron you would like to work on. For those who haven't been watching along, I have finished all of Mert's perks. I'm almost done with Vajra. I'm still hard at work on Strahd and Zariel. So there's still quite a lot to do, but it's good to get through at least a little bit of all of the patrons because, hey, you got to get that Modron chest. You got to get those Time Gate pieces. You got to get that stuff, right? So yeah, let's take a brief overview, and then I'll find out from chat what patron we should focus on, at least at first, and then we'll answer some questions and continue to ignore the fact that the shelves behind me are empty. Sure. All right, Mert's got Cadibri, Dritz, and Wolfgar. Delana is our highest total damage dealer. All right, so we kind of want to keep an eye on those. Vajra. No DPS champions. Jamila, Naeli, and Brunor. Okay, that's good to know. Strahd. How you doing, Strahd? Jarlaxle, Cathris, Dadius, and Jim. Alright. So far we don't have any people who are in multiples. Mako's Farida and Talon, and then a healing champion. Okay, alright. I think we're doing okay. So, I looked over at chat, and Edla just got an epic for Orkira. Hey! You know, that's a little bit different than streamer luck, but I'll take it. All right, chat, who are we focusing on first? What patron would we like to go after? And we'll start there. Like always, we'll get a whole bunch of patron challenges going, try to get a bunch done all at once. Yeah, I see Blip Blop Bloop has unlocked Mert. I wouldn't say only unlocked Mert. I mean, that's still pretty far in the game, and once you kind of get on a roll, it helps. I am seeing a lot of people saying Mert. I see Lucy LRA saying get Delana out of the way. You know what? Let's start with Mert. We've got a couple people in chat who only have Mert. We got a couple people who want us to focus on Delana. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do a Mert. Oh, so one other thing we'll check for with Mert. Let's come up with what... Yeah, 5,000 beast enemies. I almost said enemies. 5,000 beast enemies? Something like that. So, we'll probably want beast intentions. Let's go ahead and complete this. And... yeah, Beast Intentions from the Grand Tour is usually a pretty good place to go. So, Mert. Come to me, Mert. And then, I'm bad at this. I always have to go looking. Beast Intentions, I think, is down here. Ooh, where are you hiding? Beast Intentions. There we go. I'll eventually find it. It'll eventually be there. All right. Let's get a whole crew. And let's grab... So we want Delana as our DPS, Cadibri, Dritz, and Wolfgar. All right, well, sure. Let's get you out there. All right, we're going to have to put together an interesting team. There's Wolfgar. There's Dritz. And where's... There's Cadibri. All right. Sorry, Orkira. We're gonna pause you for just a second. Wolfgar can tank. So here's gonna be the interesting thing. It's making sure that Delana gets all of the powers here. So, we'll do that. We'll do that. I could use some suggestions for Buffin. She is magic, chaotic good. Let's see. Who do we want helping her out? Well, you know what? We definitely want Shandy in there because let's go fast. Let's do all the fast. Yeah. We'll stick Calliope in there. Jarlaxle's got to be used elsewhere if I remember. Oh, this is... Oh, you know what? Let's stick Brunner in there, and we'll Companions of the Haul it up. Oh yes, all the cotton candy. Listen, we're not getting into cotton candy again this week. Let's focus on other things. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's stick Penelope in there. We're gonna have to split up the Heroes of the Plains a little bit. Just to kind of get everyone going. And, I mean, once again, these are not going to be optimal formations. The idea here isn't that we're trying to make the most optimal formation. It's that we're trying to come up with a bunch of different formations that are going to finish off a bunch of the stuff we need to get done. So in this case, this is less about, is this formation optimal, and more, is this formation going to get us a bunch of Mert stuff? Ryza would be good. Yeah, let's stick a Ryza back there. Yeah, you. All right, here we go. There we go. Hopefully, well, I mean, it's hard for Delana to take the strong lead here, but you know what? We'll see what happens. Right now, a lot of this is going to be just getting through all 1,000 of these, or all, where'd it go? Are we on Mert? Yeah, here we go. Getting 250 done. So we got to complete area 300 and higher. So yeah, let's save this. And we'll get you going up to 301. And get the formation on in here. And yeah, there we go. We'll even do the go fast. We'll even get the go fast going. And there we go. Mert. On your way. Definitely on your way. Okay, now that we got Mert going, I'll take a second. Let's check out some questions. Ooh, there's a lot of questions already. So, as a reminder, if I can't answer your question, the best place to go is our Discord, especially if it's one of those questions in where it's going to be very specific to what you're trying to do. Also, I'm not necessarily the hardcore numbers person. I'm the person who likes to do what you just watched. I get a formation setup of friends that is not necessarily the most optimal formation, but it's going to get the job done, and then I sit back and drink tea. All right, but let's see if we can get through a bunch of these questions. JS in the morning, Lauren. Hi, morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. That might be the Truman Show. Anyway, good time zone to you. Any info on vials of blood for starting trials? Are we just supposed to do normal every week? I don't have any updates about that. I know that we're always, especially with trials just having come out, we're always looking at balance stuff. So keep an eye on that, but I don't have any new information. Keep an eye on our socials, keep an eye on our Discord. I mean, there's nothing wrong with grinding through some normal for a little while until you get some of those upper echelons. Mars wants to know what today's tea is. Ah, thank you. So I've got in here, this is a green tea. This is an apple green tea. Yeah, this is a Republica tea, apple green tea. And then this is not tea. This is actually a low sugar mango juice that I really enjoy. Ooh. I'm all fancy. Cats tea sweaters. Ooh. Cats and teas and sweaters. That's the most comfy username ever of all time. New shelves, they look taller. Yes. They are taller and wider and fancier, and I still have to, if you could see my floor right now, they came in, so I was out of town for a day or two, and they came in on Saturday while I was out of town. We came home on Sunday in the afternoon, and I had a couple of hours before I had to be on stream for D4, and I decided in my infinite wisdom, even though I had to be on stream, because D4 we use a blue screen, so I was like, I got the blue screen up, so I can just start to do all of this, and no one will see it, because the blue screen will be up, and that was great, and then I got tired afterwards, and I didn't finish, and then I had meetings and work this morning, and then I had this stream, so I figured chat would be understanding. Dan S. J4B, why all of the streams on the schedule for Thursday postponed? Is there something else going on like that day, like the past weekend's D&D streams? Nothing like that. Thursday is a holiday in Canada, and so the office is closed for that day, and so no streams are happening that day. I'm actually going to make sure that I look up the specifics, because I did look this up, because as an American, this is actually new to me, because I am here in the lovely Pacific Northwest, but I am not in Canada. So this specific holiday is the Truth and Reconciliation Day, which is talking about a lot of the historical, it's basically remembrance of those children and those who have lost their lives because of the some of the tragedies that have been going on with schools and the native population. So that is a fairly somber day, and so we are not doing any streams that day, and we are closed for that day. But we'll be back on Friday, and those streams will be back the next week. Sir Narvi says, shout out to the great background art in the Witchlight campaign. Oh, yeah. I don't have any of it up right now, but yeah. How has everybody in chat been enjoying all of the new background art from Witchlight? And I will now wait the requisite time for the chat to catch up with the stream to be able to hear it, because yes. Aw, amazing. Yeah, it's been fun watching that art come along. It's so colorful, and then it includes something like that beholder. You know the beholder I'm talking about. Yeah, that beholder. Love the aesthetic in Witchlight. Not yet started the campaign. Yeah, Witchlight it's especially hard if you haven't done a new campaign in a while. Like, it's easy to forget, oh, wow, I have no currency in this game. I have no favor in this campaign. This is hard. But yeah, I hope you get a chance to give it a try and take a look. JDog2773 is community D&D on hiatus. I wouldn't say hiatus, more that was a stream it was a special stream for some of the weeks of days of streaming. Because there were 3 of them. There was a lot of streams. But yeah, it was a stream that we were giving a try and seeing how it worked, and also doing some fun different stuff, so there wasn't just all the same shows for the days of streaming. If you liked it, definitely let me know. I would love to do some more. I am a fan of playing D&D after all. But yes, definitely let us know either in the comments here or, post in places and let us know if you liked that show. And we'll do more. I will play more D&D with the chat. I always like playing D&D with the chat. Back to questions. Balkan 25, are the patron challenges the same for all players? Not exactly. Because I know that the specific champions that come up in your challenges will change depending on what champions you have available. So if you're missing champions, they shouldn't show up in patron challenges. Rocket J, hey Lauren, quick question. I will give a quick answer. Why does the potion of specialization cost 2.5 times more than the huge potions despite being uncommon? The ink used in the potions is more expensive? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I could ask. I could definitely ask. But I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it's because you get 2 of these potions, the huge potion of fire breath or heroism or clairvoyance, but you only get the 1. And so it's... I don't know, though. We'll find out. I will ask the people who set the prices and see if they know. We'll just go ahead and highlight that one. Severna1, I noticed a Twitch drop button on my settings screen PC. What's the deal with that? I'm a new player, sorry if it's obvious. Oh, welcome! Thanks for joining us on this game. And it is not obvious, so you do not have to feel sorry. The Twitch drops were something that we tried out a while ago. It was like a year ago at this point, maybe even a bit more, and it was something that we were doing that the Twitch offered, and we were trying it out to see whether that was a easier / fun / different way to offer fun stuff to the community, and wasn't the best way of doing things. So I think that option is still in the game in order to be able to connect your stuff, because the way that the Twitch drop worked was there would be a limited time thing that would show up in the chat and say like, hey, press here and get your thing. And you'd press there and it would connect through Twitch to your account and credit your account with whatever the thing is that we were giving away. And it just wasn't the best way to do stuff, especially when we already have chest codes that are just as easy to do stuff. So yeah, we might do more in the future if it works out, but for the moment, we find that the chest codes, like that one up there, it's a little easier to give stuff to our community through that than through the Twitch drops. So we will give it a try. Oh, Garwar says about the potions that Justin said they were going to look at the prices. There you go. So apparently you are not the only person who's wondered about that. Wondered about those prices. So that makes sense. I'm also just now seeing the wonderful moderators asking about running a poll. Which, you know what? Let's do that now. Let us get a poll going. So I have 2 more venturing parties, but we have 3 more patrons. We're working on Mert right now on party number 1, but who should we work on next? Should we work on Vajra? Should we work on Strahd? Should we work on Zariel? I will leave it up to the mods to start and end a poll when it behooves them. A lettuce poll. I vote romaine. Thank you, Doorbell Streams. You know, I'm probably going to have lettuce. I'm probably going to have a salad for lunch. I splurged over the weekend. I ate a lot of food I shouldn't have. Well, that I shouldn't on a regular basis. And so I think today is a salad day. It's definitely a salad day. All right, mods, I offer unto you poll time. Let us find out what patron should we work on next? Vajra, Strahd, or Zariel? And while we wait for that poll to get started and for that poll to get ended, I'll go through some more questions. Vegex. What is the best way to increase my loot level? I'm 300 short of unlocking Mert. If you just continue to play the game and get chests and then open chests, that's the best way. So if you have any stuff in the game that you want to do, but like play through the game, earn gems, use the gems, buy chests, open chests, get loot. That is really, it's the easiest way because it will automatically happen while you're playing the game. Oh, we got the poll going. And thank you, Edlad. I did have a lovely break. It was basically just a trip that me and my husband took over the weekend. So yeah, we got a poll going right now. Pick the patron that we want to go for next. But yes, if you are like me, and I know I am, I tend to collect a whole bunch of chests, and then I'm very bad about opening them. And opening those chests is the best way. Just play the game, and then spend the gems that you get to buy chests, to open up chests, to get all of the gear that's in them. And yeah, that is what I would suggest. J-Dog asks about Leavenworth living up to expectations. Kind of. So for those that don't know, I spent the weekend with my husband because it was our anniversary. We went to a cabin and we tried to stay safe and lovely and roasted marshmallows and sat in a hot tub. And it was lovely. And we did a little bit at Leavenworth. We poked our head into Leavenworth and had a giant pretzel and bought a few German things. And it was lovely. Mostly just the hanging out. Mostly just hanging out with Luke because Luke is amazing and I love him so much. Let's see, Sultanius. How did you fill your familiar slots so quickly on the start? Oh, good question. So, I am on the PC. I'm currently playing the Steam version of the game, and if you on the keyboard press F, you will see that a whole bunch of white boxes appear all over the place. Every place that those white boxes appear, you can click on and place a familiar. And so I can just very quickly put down familiars and pick them back up again. So you can do that for all of the familiars that are sitting out on the field. You can do that for the roaming familiar on the ultimates. You can stick a whole bunch of them out here. We can have a whole party of familiars. You can stick them on individual ultimates. So hold on. No, Trash Panda, stop that. Get back there. So you can put the familiars on a specific ultimate. So if you're like, I really want Bruner to just bash every single time, you can stick a familiar on there. You can put familiars on the level up bars for your champions, and they'll automatically do the level up. And it's amazing, and it's great, because if you're the kind of player like me, and I know I am, and where you set it and forget it and go do other things and then come back, all the familiars just do a lot of the basic work for you, and it's great. All right. Oh, the poll ended, I thought, yep, Zariel. Zariel won the poll. So we're going to kind of bookend here. We're going to do Mert and then Zariel. All right, let's check out Zariel and see. Lots of fiends, lots of undead, Makos, Frida, and Talon, lots of beasts. Let's do the undead. Let's get that going. Let's grab a new adventuring party. I happen to know that undead, you can find a lot of undead in Chult. Surprise, surprise. All right, we're going to come to Tomb of Annihilation. We're going to come to Chult. We're going to come down here. This one? Nope, I always get that wrong. This one. Tomb of the Nine Gods. Let's get this going. And then because I am bad about remembering things, let's take a quick look. Makos, Frida, and Talon, and a healing champion as our highest total damage dealer. All right. Let's see what we can do. So let's get Frida out there. Let's get Talon's over here. And Makos. All right. So that's what we're starting with. See, Frida is such a good DPS. We may have to do that DPS at another time, because it's going to be really easy to just have her do the DPS. Let's see. Anything else that... Oh, we want to get 200 or higher. Free play, purchase. Okay, so not really anything else. So yeah, let's put a formation together. Oh, you know what? Let's get Orkira out there, because I think that's from before. So we'll get Orkira out there. We'll start. Oh, you know, we should we do Mehen? Because then we could put Havilar out there, right? Yeah, I mean, let's get Dragonborn Daddy out there. Absolutely. See, now I just kind of want to do a whole... No, let's get human. Let's do all scales and tails. Let's do this. I mean, I guess we could put Arkin. That is a thought. Let's... Oh, yeah. Daughter's getting kills. Let's see. Let's stick Ishii out there for funness. Ooh. I'm running out of kobolds and stuff. So we're gonna get Orkira out there, so it'll be... Oh, hey, look, it's me. Oh yeah, for those of you who are new and joining us, welcome. We're doing some of the patron challenges that have just unlocked. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you pick up your anniversary chest, because it just unlocked. So right now I'm putting together a ridiculous formation for Zariel. Actually, this is not terribly ridiculous. Like, you know, I got a couple good things going on. I'm not going to worry too much about Mehen's grumpy stacks. I'm just gonna let those grumpy stacks... Well, now we have to put dragon bait out there because we're doing scales and tails. Because it's fun. Yeah, we'll put you there. Once again, not an optimal formation. Okay, Orkira's gonna come on in, and we'll put Orkira in that corner. And We need one more. All right, chat. Who am I putting in this last slot? I mean, if we're sticking with the scales and tails, I could also... I just don't like using Arkin, especially since he's going to get in the way. He's just... Prudence could be fun. Actually, you know what? As much as I want scales and tails, let's get Quillic out there. Let's get a little bit of buffing. Let's do some of the buffing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Arkin. He's fine. He's just, he's just hanging out with Tiamat, and he's not necessarily going to be the best in this formation. I already have too many tanks. So, that's true. Birds have tails. Quillic has a tail. That's how we'll make it work. He can be our feathered friend. All right. All right, I gotta do the thing where we get Orkira into this party. Let's do the swap over while I answer. Oh, geez, so many questions. Sorry, we're gonna do the thing where we go back and forth. I gotta get Orkira in there. We must have Orkira in my formation. Nan Bread Loaf. If there are a lot of elf buffers, maybe Human. I'm not familiar with the full roster of champions. Yeah, we're going to stick Human in there no matter what. Mostly because of kobolds. I'm just going to admit it. I'm putting Human in there because of kobolds. And yeah. Kobolds and Dragonborn and Soriels and Tieflings and a burb. And one burb. There we go. Oh, you know what I should do? Since we now have Orkira out here, we should grab the Phoenix. There we go. I mean, I am super biased. 100% super duper biased. Don't take any of this as anything except me being just super biased. But look at this. Look at this gorgeous burb. Okay, I'm done. Let's go back to questions. I couldn't help it. I had to. The little purple on the wings and it's awesome. The Phoenix looks so cool. All right, Optimus C. Question: is it possible that we will see additional trials added in the future, similar to how patrons have been added over time? If you're asking about trials of Mount Tiamat, asking more trials, I've no clue because trials just came out like 2 weeks ago. But maybe. I don't know. Like, it just started. So there's actually a lot. Oh, Timnos. I'm going to put this question on pause. You have to go. All right, let me see if I can find your question real quick. I just happened to look. Timnos. I'll get back to Optimus C in a second, but Tim knows I just unlocked Mert, and I'm thinking about if it's better to start getting more influence or focus on my campaign. Do you have any thoughts or advice? There's no wrong answer here. It depends on where you are in your campaign. See if you can do both at the same time. See if you can put on Mert and do some free plays that will help get you some influence in a campaign that you're working on while you're also working on a Mert. The other thing is it's probably worth, since you've just unlocked Mert, doing a little bit of Mert so that you can start buying things in the shop. Things like the Time Gate pieces and the Modron component chests. So even if that's all you do, you just do a little bit of Mert just so you can get access to that stuff. I think that's totally worth it. So I'm kind of leaning towards work on Mert. There. I'm glad I was able to see that you were about to leave. Okay. So anyway, have a fun day. And I will go back to Optimus C. Oh, so yeah, the trials. Like, all right. We don't have to do it in an actual poll. We're not putting a real poll in here, but I gotta ask chat. Because Trials of Mount Tiamat, awesome, super fun, very high level stuff. You have to have unlocked a lot of things in the game in order to access Trials. You need to have played enough to get to the point that you have finished the Descent into Avernus campaign. How many people in chat actually have played Trials so far? Let me know in chat if you've access to and or have played Trials of Mount Tiamat. Yep, not me. Unlocked only. +1, finish normal and heroic. I'm a newbie. Completed heroic. Nope. Yep. So it's kind of we got a mix of people here. It's my third trials. I don't have access. Access haven't done it. Starting Avernus. One trial complete. I've only just unlocked merch. Working my way through Avernus. So yeah, it's kind of a mix of people because certainly you have to get fairly far in order to unlock trials, and it just came out. So we're being a little, we're being very attentive to what people are saying about trials because it is so new and because not everyone can participate in it because it is this higher level thing. So my guess, and this is kind of an educated guess, is you're probably not going to hear about any new things for trials for a little while because of that. Because not everybody in the game is playing it, because it is so brand new, where we're kind of just focused on making it the best experience it is right now and letting people learn about it and letting more and more people play it. So that is the long answer for your short question, which was, hey, any news on new trials? And my answer is, but yeah, I think for now, there's a lot. There's a lot to have fun with. Like I myself, so our trials finished up and I still have a couple days before I can do a new one. That'll be my third. So we'll see if we can do the next level up. I'm excited. Back to questions. Ghost Walker 71, how do you see all your champs on the bar at level 1 that makes setup so much easier? I am going to show you. So, if you come here to your settings, I don't know if this is available everywhere yet, but you'll see narrow bench boxes. And so if this isn't checked, you kind of get the normal spread out, I'm just going to stretch and have a little bit of room and enjoy a... Come on, Ashara. There we go. Enjoy a little bit of room in between, and everybody gets to spread out, which is nice because you get to see the full character art, and it might be a little easier for you to hover over stuff. So the nice thing about the regular bench boxes is having a little bit of an easier access to a lot of this stuff. But if you're like me, and as I've said, I know I am, and you want to be able to see everybody all in one glance, if you go to settings, narrow bench boxes is your friend. And you put that on, and voila, everybody all in one go. Hey, TTRPG Gifts, welcome. Blip Blop Bloop wants to know, how does one get above level 200? Level 200 as in the adventure or as in loot levels? There's a couple different ways depending on what level you are talking about. But yes, for loot levels, that's just the total amount of loot that you have, and you just unlock more gear. Lots and lots and lots of gear. Unlock those chests. Unlock more gear. Everything that you do, unlocking gear, getting you more loot levels, that will help with that. Sir Narvi, question. Because I didn't start my first trial until a Friday, my reset is now Friday at noon 30. Is there a way to reset early to change that schedule? It's suboptimal for the reset and free time gates to start at the same time. That makes sense. There's no way to reset early at the moment. Right now, you have to wait the whole time, and if your team, like my team, managed to kill Tiamat super fast, and you have to wait around, then there's no way to reset early. So my suggestion is wait the couple of days before you start the new trial on the optimal day. But we are looking at ways of being able to adjust that timing. Nothing to announce just yet, but right now kind of the best way is if you'd like to start it on a specific day, wait until that day after you've finished a Trials adventure. But yeah, I do kind of see that Friday could be not the best if you're trying to also do time gates. You've also got all the other stuff going on. Blip Blop Bloop wants to know, how does one get Boo to wander at the front of the screen? I want to make a joke about how you tell Mert that all the eyes are in the front of the screen, but I'm not sure if I could come up with something funnier than that, and that wasn't amazingly funny. Oh well. This is, you're probably talking about what this little dude is doing right now, wandering back and forth. That's the ultimate bar. So if you put a familiar down on the ultimate bar, they just roam around on the bottom here, and they activate ultimates. And it's fun, especially if they've got a fun animation. Like let's stick Baby Tiamat out there, and Baby Tiamat will fly along. Let's put out Fenris. And then it looks like Fenris is playing with all the ultimates because Fenris is adorable. Yep. And then actually, wait, where is Boo? There's Boo. Oh, Boo is in the other. Boo is another castle. Our princess is in another castle. Sorry, but yep, that's how you do it. Is you stick those out, and if you're on the PC, if you're on Epic or Steam, if you press F, you can do the quick placements of all the familiars, which helps a lot. Let's get back to some questions. The Real Bunny Bee says, yes, please do more community D&D. Aw, thank you. Apparently a couple people are asking. Lurking Writer and Kiwi Mischief, distracting from work, but awesome. Yeah, I mean, D&D is going to distract you from work. D&D is not one of those things that you can participate in and easily multitask, or at least not with most work. I do know some artists, like my husband, will doodle while they're playing D&D, and that's kind of fascinating to watch. But yeah, can't play D&D and I couldn't do my other work while I was playing D&D. That's for sure. I couldn't do other things. I don't even know if I could really play Idle Champions, because putting a formation together always takes a little bit of my brain power, and I'd be in the middle of like running an adventure and then all of a sudden go, hold that thought about talking to that NPC. I gotta figure out where Mehen should actually go here. But I appreciate it. I appreciate that everybody liked the community D&D. I think they're fun as fun, special things to do during events. I mean, we've got enough of them, right? There's always new events coming and new days of streaming. And so right now, I think that's where we are, is the community D&D will be like days of streaming funness. But yeah, maybe I'll do them more often if a lot of people like them. Code Hybrid. What to buy with gems in the early game. Well, first, welcome. Glad you have joined us in this game that we love. Early game, huh? So, visit the shop. So, kind of the best answer is chests. Chests in the early game are going to get you loot, and you'll unlock them as you go. After that, as you're earning stuff, you can look at the familiars that you can unlock with gems, because familiars are super helpful. Also super adorable. I mean, because both. Why not have something both super helpful and super adorable? But yeah, I say early game, get yourself lots of chests. Spend your gems on chests. Get yourself some gear. Get yourself some potions. Yeah, that would be my suggestion. If you would like more specific suggestions, it's actually been 45 minutes since I've said this. So, you chat, don't yell at me. If you'd like more specific suggestions, come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. The reason I say that is because there are several hundred of you in the chat right now, and I love you all, and you're amazing. But I can't help you all with all of your specific questions, especially since some of the questions might take some back and forth. Like, oh, tell me about what champions you have, or tell me about what gear you've already unlocked, or what you're trying to do in the game. But in the chat in Discord, that's actually relatively easy to do. You can take screenshots and put them up. You can have an actual chat with people in Discord. And so for a lot of those questions, definitely come to our Discord, because you'll get a lot of really good suggestions, because our community is awesome. And they'll be able to get the information they need from you in order to give you an informed decision. So, but yeah, early, you're never going to go wrong by buying chests because it's always useful to get better gear. Always. And then familiars. That'd be the next thing I'd go for. Cassius335, did I miss the response for what's going on Thursday? If you did, I'll say it again. For those who are new, our schedule for this week, we are off on Thursday because we are observing a Canadian holiday that's happening on Thursday. So we are closed that day, which I always say in quotation marks because it's not like the game is going away or anything. The game will still be playable and everything. We're just not doing any streams, and we will be closed that day. And I think the rest of the week should be normal. I know Champions of Psychology is still on break, but that's a scheduled thing that they've been on for a little while now because it's their mid-season break. I'm just pulling up the schedule. So yes, after this, there's a rebroadcast of Bardic Inspiration, which you should always do because Jason Charles Miller and Dylan are awesome. Tomorrow, there's a rebroadcast of Garwar's Guide, who is also awesome. And Garwar is a really good one to ask if you want very crunchy number suggestions. Garwar's way better at that than I am. Also, Garwar has 3 billion guides. 3 billion guides. Did I explosive enough? Lots of guides. So yeah, Champions of Psychology is on break, but there will be a new Bardic Inspiration on Tuesday, and also a new Crusaders Weekly, if you are a fan of that game. Wednesday is a full schedule of Champions of Lore, Mars, Guiding Hand, and the Sketching Hour. Hey. So we will be back on Wednesday, and I am super excited about Champions of Lore because they're talking about bird people. They're talking about Aarakocra, Kenku, and other bird folk, and you know I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Aarakocra. I am a fan of them. I know there's people who are like, I don't want Aarakocra in my game, but guess what? Bird people are fun. You get to pick a kind of bird that you want to be depending on the character that you're making. Burbs are fun. They're super fun. They're amazing to play. Some of the Aarakocra that I've played have been my favorite characters of all time. I was on a stream where I got to play an Aarakocra rogue, and that was amazing. Aarakocra monk, if you want to go fast. I mean, everybody's all about the Tabaxi monk, and don't get me wrong, Tabaxi monk, really fast. Probably faster than Aarakocra once, because they can do the thing where they can like double their movement once. But then they have to stand still. Then they do that, and then they're like, all right, I have to wait a second. Aarakocra just consistently go fast. Aarakocra monk, so fun. If you want to break maps, be an Aarakocra monk. Anyway, back to the schedule. So that is Wednesday. Thursday, we are off for the holiday. We are dark. And then Friday, we got Griddle Champions is returning. We got Paint and Slay is returning because both of those were off last week because of D&D Celebration. And Garwar is returning, whose Friday stream is off because of the D&D Celebration, but had other streams because Garwar does 3 billion things. So yes, Friday we'll be back with 3 big streams. I'm excited because Paint and Slay will be back, and we're starting up on the Carrion Crawler, I believe. And yeah, and then Saturday, Garwar will be back for Garwar's Guide in the morning. So kind of back to our regularly scheduled-ish. Regularly-ish. Except for Thursday. So yeah. And then I won't spoil anything, but there's more good stuff coming. There's more good streams coming. Absolutely. Yes. I love looking over chat and seeing all the burb love. Definitely. The burb love. Yeah. The Lurking Writer, take a look at Aarakocra. They're super fun. Not just because of the flying. Like, flying is fun, don't get me wrong. It's mostly, I like playing characters that are as far away from humans as possible. Like, that's half the fun to me, is being something completely different that I can't be in real life. And what is more different than being a burb person? And the idea that you can... I've gone down the bird rabbit hole of Google looking at different types of birds to find the right kind of bird to play an Aarakocra in a game that is related to the character that I'm going to be playing. I mean, how can you not, right? So yeah, I like burb. I like the burbs. Okay, anyway, back to questions. Code Hybrid comes back to us with, is it better to buy golden chests or silver chests for loot level go up? I like loot level go up. I like that a lot. You know, I'm unsure. I think you're going to be good either way. I think the gold chests get you more stuff, and you have a better chance of getting higher quality stuff. So I'd probably lean towards gold chests, but if you're really early, if this is early game for you, and gold chests are a little bit of, that's a lot of gems to drop, then go ahead and buy a bunch of silvers. Like, both are going to help. But if you can go ahead and buy a bunch of the golds, that's kind of the best way to go about it. Let's see. Dan's J4B. Why aren't you using the Orkira familiar? Well, because I'm using the Orkira. I mean, I am. There they are. It's the Phoenix. Yay. They're adorable. You might have asked that question when I was on the other adventuring party. So if I was over here by Mert, yeah, I am that person who likes to match up the familiar with the person. Not always. Like, we were trying to get through this pretty fast, so I was just using F to go ahead and place familiars, but it's hard for me not to put the Phoenix on Orkira when I'm leveling her up. It's hard not to, so. And if you've been watching Heroes of the Plains, you know that that's a complicated relationship right now. Yeah. And in fact, in a little bit, we're going to go over and get our third party going. So, we should actually get another poll going. Yeah. Let's get another poll going. So right now we've got a Mert and a Zariel. So we've got 2 patrons left, but only 1 slot. So chat, I would like to know, who are we working on next? Are we working on Vajra? We're working on Strahd. I will leave that as a poll for our moderators to get going. Do we want Vajra or do we want Strahd? And then once that poll is complete, I will go ahead and get our final party going, because we've got 2 out of 3. All right, so while the excellent, absolutely wonderful mods take care of that, while I thank Pionelis, that was a fun name to say. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes, which make me happy because, yeah, I kind of like that one. Let me answer some more questions. Ghostwalker71, why is there not a long bar for champion level up as there is for ultimates? Probably because of space. Yeah, just, oh, you mean like have a patron, have a familiar wander along leveling people up? It's an interesting idea. I think most people want to have a little more control about the leveling up than they do about the ultimates, but it's an interesting idea. Also, we now have the yes, as the real Bunny Beast says, 2 patrons enter, 1 leaves. It's, yeah, Vajra and Strahd. Go ahead and vote. Which patron challenges should I work on next? Vajra or Strahd? Get your votes on in, and we'll see who our last adventuring group is for the day. Meanwhile, Cassius335 has a question. When the level up button is the next upgrade, the double arrow, like I got on the screen right now, the click damage is stuck at ×1 as click damage has no upgrades for next upgrade defined. Can this be adjusted so the click damage defaults to a faster rate? P.S. Hope this question now sounds less mangled than it did when I asked on Thursday. I understand. So I think you did fine. That is a good question. I'll pass that along. I did not know that was a thing. Well, you know what? It's working for me. Maybe that was something. Can this be just so click damage defaults to? Oh, okay. So like changes on over maybe. I can pass that along, for sure. I can let the crew know. All right, couple more seconds left to decide who we're doing next. While I answer, Silverion X wants to know, where can I find Fey enemies? I have no clue. Let me help you. I have a handy-dandy list. I also look stuff up. Look on the Reddit. There's a couple lists, I think. Fey enemies for Grand Tour look at the Who Lurks in Lurkwood. That's a good place to go. Also, kind of the classic answer that I think a lot of people are going to give you is Mad Wizard, because there's places in where you can sit in Mad Wizard where there's like a portal that enemies are pouring out of, and you can kind of just sit there for a while. And Mad Wizard has a little bit of everything. So if you're ever really unsure, where should I go? Go to Mad Wizard. You'll probably get what you need. Oh, I saw Strahd! Alright, then we will go into doing the stuff in Barovia. Okay. We are going to put these questions on hold. This is my very bad Strahd accent. I hope you are enjoying it, and we are going to go do Strahd. I will stop now because it's really bad. Strahd! Here we go. Oh, what are we doing? Over 300. Jarl, Axel, Cathris, Dadius, and Jim. Alright. And bunch of constructs. Let's see. Constructs. Ooh. Frozen Vengeance is good for constructs. So let's go. All right. While my excellent moderators are grabbing more questions from chat, we'll pull up Strahd. We'll go to Icewind Dale. We'll go check out Frozen Vengeance, which always takes me a moment to find. You figure I'd be better at this by now. Nope, there we go. There we go. Hey, Ace FJH1 just subscribed. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. We appreciate it. Okay, let's get some Strahd going. Get a bunch of... I like to put the familiars out there really quick because then I'm not feeling overwhelmed by the fact that all these enemies are attacking and I am not doing a good job of killing them. Alright, so we want to Jarlaxle, Cathris, Dadius, and Jim. So, Cathris... we want Jarlaxle. Oh, is that gonna... Nope, we're good, we're good. Dadius, and... There's Jim. There you are, Jim. Okay, so now let us build our suboptimal formation. And we want Jarlaxle doing the thing. We'll stick Dadius up there. We'll increase his funness. All right. Well, it's that time. Oh, Jim is probably going to steal being the most powerful, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Strahd is one of those that I don't have a lot. See, if I put a Shar out there, Shar will try to steal it. So, Alindra, help me. Alindra, you're my only hope. Let's see who else we got. Corazon could be fun. I'm going to stick Vlanya out there. I like Vlanya to sit in the back. Vlanya and Cathris. Ooh, do we want Lazaps as our tank? That is a good question. Oh, how did I end up? Get back up there, Jarlaxle. Do the thing. Oh, look at this. I accidentally Alindra ended up with her baby dragon, and I got baby Griff up there. Not baby Griff. I got pirate Griff. Ooh, this is a hard one. Oh, we gotta stick Averin out there. Oh, Celise is a good tank. All right, we're gonna stick Averin there. We're gonna Celise tank it up. Hey, look, I'm working on the Strahd challenges. Averin. I'm trying to promote myself, Averin. Stop that. All right. Jarlaxle is neutral evil. So, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of me for a second. All right, I've got 2 slots left. Who's gonna work the best there? I will take suggestions from chat. We could use Regis. I could put Regis. I could put Regis there. And then, yep, we're gonna encourage the people ahead. You know what? Let's stick everyone's favorite druid out there, and we'll put you there. And there you go. There is our suboptimal formation for today. For Strahd. Jarlaxle is specifically, yeah. There we go. I always try to make sure, because I sometimes assume things about what the attacks are. Okay. We're going to save this. And let's get you all set up. And I think we wanted to go over 300. If I remember correctly. For Strahd. Oh, Strahd, 300 or higher. Yep. There we go. And I just remembered, I don't think we did that over here. So let's go ahead and make sure that I got that saved. This is something that I have been accidental about, is I'm like, all right, done. And then I walk away, and then I realize I didn't actually set up any of the Modron stuff. And so it's just been sitting at some high level doing not very much for a while. So let's overwrite that. We'll get, whoops. Yep, we've selected you. We've got you going. I think you were also over 300, so we'll just do that. And there we go. We got 3 full parties of people just grinding away on patron variants. And now you just sit back, grab yourself a tea. I know there's still an hour left in the stream, but at this point, everybody, we're just taking a siesta, right? I guess I should answer some more questions. Let's get back to the questions. There are a lot of them. Oh dear. I mean, thank you for all the questions, but it's always a little intimidating to come back over here to this document that all the mods have been putting in there. What are Modron component chests? Says No Oskin. That is a good question. So, if you haven't yet unlocked Modron automation, what Modron automation is it basically, if you have multiple parties and you stick a Modron core in there, it lets you buff up that party, and it lets you do things like the automation that we were just doing. So because I've unlocked all of these different parties, and because I've got these Modron cores, and because they're leveled up enough that they're letting me automate things, I can do things like set this party and tell it, hey, keep this specific formation. Every time you get to 301, area 301, reset, go back to the beginning, and every time you hit area 25, stick a potion of speed in there, just for funsies. The way that this works, the way that you can power up these cores, if we go ahead and let's view this core right here, you can see it's a fun pipe game, and I am currently at level 13, and what the Modron chests give you is the pipes that you play the pipe game. And so you play the pipe game and level everything up, and you come to these nodes, and these nodes will give the party buffs, and there's always this little automation component, and as long as the flow goes through the automation component, that's where you unlock being able to do the Modron automation. If you come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions, come to our Discord if you are unlocking that and you want help either with unlocking the Modron cores, because some of the steps that you have to take to unlock Modron stuff can be tricky, can be hard. So they can help you with that. Also, you'll have a lot of people on the Discord who will just post their core and ask for help with optimizing the flow, because not everybody's good at that kind of thing. So if you need help with any of that, come to the Discord. Let us know. Let's see. Slamfist. Question. Any word on who will be available next weekend? I have enough pieces to open my first time gate. Hey, congratulations. But don't want to spend them on a champ who will be there in a few days. Okay, I can help with this. So, the next event that's coming out is High Harvesttide, and we did just have our champion spotlight on Friday come out for Dahani, who just happens to be an awesome Aarakocra, because bird people are awesome. So High Harvesttide begins Wednesday, and so the 3 champions you'll get for this event are Dahani, and I need to remember who the other 2 are. I will need to look that up. I don't have that at the tip of my tongue, and now I'm going to forget. But, well, everyone's saying Puent and Torgar, which might be true. I believe you're right that it's Puent and Torgar. I wanted to double check because I know we had aren't the other 2 Torgar and Frida? Let me find out. Let me find out for sure before I am unsure. But yes, those will be the champions. So, I'm being told it is, yes, Puent and Torgar, because Stoki and Farida have retired. So there you go. So for your time gate that you want to open up by using your chest pieces, you probably want to avoid using Torgar and Puent, or going for Torgar and Puent, because the 2 of them will be available during High Harvesttide, which starts on Wednesday. There's a whole bunch of schedules that are up, especially on our subreddit, that list off, who came out with what champion, so you can do some of that planning ahead. I will say, if you ever accidentally open up a time gate that is for a champ that's coming up soon, it's not the worst. You just end up getting more gear. It's not the worst thing. But yes, I hope that helps, and good luck. Good luck with your time gate. I would love to know who you would like to unlock, who you're looking at unlocking. Dan's J4B wants to know, maybe it would be good if we could get Bahamut chests from patrons. So when we get to trials, we don't need Modron pieces anymore. We could just use that to get more blood vials. Everyone's all up in those blood vials. I feel like we should have done a Strahd thing sooner. It's an interesting idea, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things are shaking out. I know, like I said before, we're looking at a lot of things. We're seeing how everybody responds to Trials of Mount Tiamat. We're seeing how everybody is doing with that, and the fact that, of course, not everybody is playing Trials. So we will keep our eyes on that. The Pissed Punk has a question. Hey, Lauren. Oh, hi. I know this is not your responsibility. I mean, a lot of things are not my responsibility, but here I am. But I won a prize on Sunday's Siege Ball game. Oh, you're talking about for D4? But I didn't know how to claim the prize. Do you know who I could go to for help? Yes. Okay. Here, I'll explain this really, really quickly. On Sunday, D4, one of the games that Orkira actually plays on, we did a special one-shot because it was being sponsored by Mage Hand Press, because they've got a big Valda's Spire of Secrets that is in a Kickstarter. And we played a game of Siege Ball, which is a make-believe sports ball game, which was super fun. I played a Furbolg Battlemaster, and it was super fun. And D4 always does a whole bunch of giveaways. And my guess is check your whispers, because usually when they do those giveaways, you get a whisper from probably from Rock Punch ATL, because that's the Twitch, or from maybe D4 Devon or Dustin. Check for whispers from the 2 of them. Give it a couple days. It can sometimes take a day or 2. So if you haven't received a whisper yet, give it a couple days. And then you can always whisper Rock Punch ATL and ask about that. But yes, they should have that information. It sometimes just takes them a day or 2 to get to the contest winners, because when that game ends, for most of them, because most of them are in Atlanta, Rock Punch ATL, it's like 11:30 at night on a Sunday. And so it takes them a little while to get to things. So that would be my guess. But yes, definitely check your whispers and then give it a day or two and then whisper those friends. So there you go. Now you've found out about all the fun things going on in D4. I mean, that's, if you would like to know why Orkira has purple pants and why she has Harold's accordion piece, chunk. Also, yes, I did. Of course I made Harold's piece of chunk of an accordion legendary. I mean, that was the first thing I did. All of the stuff that's out there, all of the different things that I could use my scales on. Harold's chunk of an accordion now is a legendary item. Yeah. But if you'd like to know why Orkira has some of these items, that's D4 is where you can watch. All right, back to other questions. And Solo, where do you get access to Trials and what is it? Good question. Trials of Mount Tiamat is a new cooperative multiplayer experience. You do have to have played quite a bit of the game. It's a late stage game. Also, the Pissed Punk, there's no apologizing. It's okay. Any chance I get to talk about D4 makes me happy. Anyway, back to Trials. If you have completed the Descent into Avernus campaign, so you have fought off Tiamat and you've done all the stuff with Zariel and you're done, that's the thing you need to do in order to unlock the Trials of Mount Tiamat. And then the way you get into a game is you'll see the Trials of Mount Tiamat show up on the main screen the same way any campaign does. It's probably right under where your time gates are. And so that's what that is. And it's the way that you can play with other people, because basically 5 people get together and throw their champions at a event that happens for you. Each of you pick a trial to go through, and the game that you're playing, basically the adventure that you're playing, is your champions are trying to do something in order to reduce Tiamat's forces and to distract them so that a assault party can assault Mount Tiamat and go after Tiamat herself. And so you not only pick a team to be in a formation just like this, but you also pick an assault champion, and that assault champion is off doing a thing. And so the downside is you don't have access to that assault champion while you're playing Trials. But the good thing is that assault champion will buff the entire party depending on who they are and what their loot level is. So Trials it's fun. It's super fun. It's hard. But that is the main way that you unlock it, and that's what it is. And if you want any more information, I know Garwar's got a guide for that. I need like a little sign. Garwar's got a guide for that. Hashtag blessed. Garwar's got a guide. I know there's a whole bunch of videos about it because we did a whole week celebrating the release of Trials. And if you are still trying to unlock the ability to get to Trials, come to our Discord. Let the Discord know where you are and what you need, what you haven't done yet, or what you've already done, and they can help you kind of plan out if you want to just blitz through the things you have to do in the game in order to get to the point that you've unlocked Trials. They can help you. Also, there's a couple of guides for that too. I will say there's no hurry. Trials is not going away. This is a thing. This is a regular campaign that's going to be available that you can play. It's not like the events that are only available for a limited amount of time. This is a new thing. So definitely don't feel pressure to rush through anything. If you're having fun, continue to have fun. But if you're antsy to go attack Tiamat, which, you should be because it's fun, then yeah, we can help. Sam the Alien wants to know, where does baby Tiamat come from? So baby Tiamat is available in a pack that you can buy. I think it's the Naeli. I'm gonna triple check this. I went through I did a whole bunch of blogs recently. There's been a lot of blogs, and I always try to make sure that I look stuff up like this because I forget, or I get stuff mixed up, and I want to make sure that I don't accidentally tell you something that was something that was wrong because I just remember it wrong. But I'm pretty sure that's Calliope. This is all the Witchlight stuff. There we go. So there's a Worm Speaker Nayeli and Baby Tiamat in the store. So if you did want to purchase that pack, that's how you get the Baby Tiamat. And yes, Baby Tiamat is kind of adorable. Kind of adorable. Like, yes, I know that she's the mother of all evil dragons and wants to destroy the world, but hey, adorable. All right. Let's see. There's a whole bunch of questions here about legendary gear from Trials. There's a whole bunch of Trials questions. I'm going to suggest come to the Discord for a lot of those, especially when it gets into some of the more numbers heavy stuff. Because, oh, where did my captions go? That's weird. Because depending on what you're asking about, I'm not the right person to ask about that. Normally, I'd say come on Thursday to Developer Insights, but you'll have to wait for next week for that because Developer Insights is not on this week because we are dark on Thursday. So, Black Knight 7060, what is the point of click damage? You click, and it does damage, which I know. All right, I'm being pedantic about it. Why are my captions? There we go. Google has decided that it's having problems. I don't understand. Okay. So click damage is really good for specific adventures where you lose a lot of bench slots. Click damage is also really good for getting through early stuff very quickly. But in general, you do want to just level up your champions. Oh, Bavarin, thank you for the sub. We appreciate that. Caption speedrun. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Google just decided that it needed to have a break. Orinac. Do the available familiars in the gem shop rotate out over time? Kind of. I wouldn't say rotate, but yes, we do constant refreshes in the gem shop. Stuff that wasn't available will become available in the gem shop. For example, some of the familiars that are available through some of the promotions that we've done, once the promotion period ends, they tend to become available in the gem shop. The Nerds Champion, once the promotion for the Nerds Champion is over, then the Nerds Champion will be available in the gem shop. So yeah, we try to refresh and update the gem shop on a regular basis and give everybody a chance to get new stuff. Let's see. Koliana73. Hello. Hi. What about the skills? Is there any really need for at 12.5k gems? Skills. Are you talking about some of the feats, or are you talking about some of the perks? Because I will say, since this is weekly patronage, and I guess I should be talking about patron stuff. I mean, we can continue to talk about bird people, but I'll talk about patron stuff. But if you're talking about the perks that you can unlock, these are really, really useful. These are super useful, especially the global ones that are available all the time. They can be super duper helpful. So, yeah, Matt Ender says 12.5k gems definitely refers to feats. That's why I think so, but you know, we'll talk about the patron perks for just a second. Yes, definitely spend the influence, get those perks. As far as feats go, it kind of depends on what you're using that character for, but I think a lot of the feats are definitely worth it because they give your champions a lot of facility when sometimes the harder variants would make things really difficult. A bunch of them also allow you to basically help in ways that they wouldn't normally be able to help with, depending on the variants. Like you saw some of these, I'm using some of these champions less because they're the optimal champion, but more just because these are the champions I have available. And so being able to change out the feats which I haven't done here because I've been answering questions. But ideally, if I wanted to really go through this fast, I could change out some of these feats and set up the feats so that they are working the best for what that champion is doing right now. Also, some of those feats are really good for getting champions access to things they normally wouldn't be able to do, because a bunch of the feats are like a +1 to your strength or +1 to this, which gets them into a stat bracket that will now make them available to do certain things they couldn't do before. So I wouldn't dismiss those feats outright, and especially when you get into kind of the sweet spot of the game and where it's just constantly working for you and getting gems. You're always earning gems. You're earning gems all the time. You'll get those gems back. Hoarding gems doesn't get you anything, but using the gems to get you a feat that will let you do other things, that's really powerful. More questions. Captain Digit. I'm set to unlock Vajra as soon as the next event starts. Nice. But I'm only halfway through unlocking Mert. Is that normal? And should I consider using blacksmith contracts to speed it up? I think that's normal. I think that's super normal. Once you're unlocking patrons, you're gonna kind of unlock them all in a flood. I think Mert probably is the most difficult, just because you're not used to what you have to do to unlock a patron. But after that, it's just more champions and more gems and a couple of chests and stuff like that. So I think it's normal to have Mert unlocked but not done yet. Like, hey, I got all 4 of them unlocked and I haven't finished everybody. As for, should I consider using blacksmithing contracts to speed it up? I would save your blacksmithing contracts for events. I think using them during events so you can get the event currency is kind of your best bet for blacksmithing contracts. So that's my suggestion. It's not the worst if you drop a couple blacksmithing contracts to be able to get something done real quick. It's not like it's a bad thing, but you're gonna get more bang for your buck if you save the blacksmithing contracts bounty contracts. I'm saying blacksmithing and I mean bounty contracts. That is, yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on. I need more tea. Yes, I am confusing bounty and blacksmithing contracts. So blacksmithing contracts are the ones that you drop on champions in order to level them up. And those, yes, go ahead and use them. Go ahead and upgrade stuff. Unless you're holding on to them to use on a specific champion. Like, hey, Dahani's coming up, and I love Dahani because Rivals Waterdeep is amazing. And so I want to make sure that I have a whole bunch of blacksmithing contracts on hand in order to put onto to Dahani when she comes out, which is super valid because Dahani is awesome, and so is Rivals of Waterdeep. So unless you're doing that, then yeah, go ahead and use them. If you're just missing some loot levels and you just want to get there so you can unlock another patron, go for it. So that's blacksmithing contracts. What I was talking about before was bounty contracts, which I still stand behind what I was saying, just not the term I was using. Yeah, I need more tea. Back to questions. Cardanum. I don't have the Tiamat emblem or the anvil you have. What are they and how do I unlock them? Welcome. So you probably heard me talking earlier about Trials of Mount Tiamat. Trials of Mount Tiamat. That's what that is. Once you've unlocked Trials of Mount Tiamat, that's where you get these 2 little buttons. And the trials will open up the trials window, which is really useful for when you want to keep an eye on a current trial that's going on. On the other hand, I have to wait a little bit longer. And the forge is the little anvil right here, which is where you can do all of your forging of stuff. And I'm not going to get into that here, it's complex, but I'm going to say if you want to learn more about forging, there's a guide for that. Garwar has a guide for everything. There's also a whole bunch of other videos. Come to our YouTube. I'll go ahead and put YouTube. Come to our YouTube channel. Come to our Discord. There's a lot going on with forging, and I think you'll have a better time learning about that, especially if you're new to trials. Yeah, take a look at that there. But welcome. Let's see. Kajul Kong. Question. Why are there 6 familiars on the field if they don't do enough click damage to kill mobs in Area 28? No distractions to kill in these challenges. It's part of it for me is I put them all out there right at the beginning when I get a party going, because then they'll kill those really easy mobs and they'll kill the distractions. And then I'm at the point where it's easier for me to just leave them out because I have a lot of familiars. So yeah, I have a ton of familiars, and so I just leave them out there. But you're right, eventually there's either no familiars I need to kill, or I'm not doing enough click damage for it to matter. And if you're at the point where you've got some familiars, but not enough, I think the important familiars to have are the ones leveling up your champions, especially in stuff like this. And so yeah, I would highly recommend go ahead and pull these familiars off and put them where you need to put them. So that way, you get the most bang from your familiar buck. So you're absolutely right. Yeah. In this case, it's less lazy and more I'm just see now with no familiars out there, I'm just automatically going after stuff. I'm getting distracted by the distractions. So, but yeah, it is a totally fair point. But for me, I have enough familiars in where I can just have a full party out there and I can get familiars everywhere else I want to have them. And there you go. So life goals, all the familiars. Zelos1, question, I just got here. Can you repeat the first hour of the stream? Okay, hold on a second. Distinguished adventurers, welcome to Weekly Patronage, episode 4 on September 27th. We're back after being gone for a little while. We had a lot of stuff happening last week, and this week is going to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more casual, as we're, for the first time in a couple of weeks, not going to have a big event happening with like days of streaming. And then there was more stuff, but you can go ahead and watch the rest of that if you want to. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If you do miss this episode and you want to see it again, you can watch the VOD. It is available immediately on Twitch. It will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel pretty quickly. We've been pretty good about all of that. So if you ever miss an episode and you want to see the whole thing, you can go watch on our YouTube. But the TLDR for the first hour was patrons. Okay, more questions. Grand Shogun 35. Anyone know some of the best DPS champions? Oh, that is a loaded question. That's a loaded question. Everyone's got an opinion. I think there are some that have risen to the top recently. I'm going to say a couple of names, and of course, in a couple of months, something may change, and everyone's going to go, but you didn't talk about, but. So let's go down the line here. Zorbu is a perennial favorite for DPS. I will say, you do have to put work into Zorbu. You have to level them up. Oh, hi, look, it's me. I only have a few more challenges left. I mean, yeah, I do. But if you do put the work into Zorbu, then they are very powerful. Also, Azaka is a solid DPS. In this slot, I am a fan of Warden. I think Warden is awesome. Jamila also, as far as the core champions you get, solid DPS. Not gonna go wrong. Not really good DPS there, although Tyrell tends to be the DPS that I go for when I need that you're not a DPS but you're a DPS character. Birdsong has become my DPS in this slot especially for Heroes of the Plains, because at the moment, all the Heroes of the Plains that are in this game, we're all buffers. We all buff each other, which is not 100% true to the game, because Freely and Briv basically kill everything. But in Idle Champions, that's a team full of really good buffers, and so Birdsong is in a nice slot because there's no Heroes of the Plains in here, and they're just a good solid DPS, especially for Heroes of the Plains, I have found, because a bunch of the heroes buff people based on alignment, and so you can just kind of pick one and go for it. So yeah, I really like Birdsong. So we've got Farida here. I think Farida is a solid DPS. Works really well a lot of the time. Is just really good to have. Ashara is a top DPS. There's ways that you can maximize Ashara's abilities and just really, really be powerful. So Ashara is definitely up there. I've liked Prunence a lot. Another just kind of solid DPS is going to work in most cases. Let's see. I've got Ishi here, who I really like. Ishi's probably not a top DPS, but if you're looking for a solid DPS, especially one that's going to offer some other good buffs, then Ishi I like a lot. And I also have some really good gear on Ishi. And then, yeah, I think that's all the DPS champions I would talk about. So that gives you a bunch, and there's new ones coming out all the time. More questions. Boonigans. How are your familiars so big? Example, Makos' spider is only as tall as the gray bar it sits on. You're not the first person to mention that the familiars have gotten bigger. I think you're right. I think the familiars really have gotten larger over the years. Here's the spider you were talking about. Let's stick this. So yeah, Fenris. I mean, yes, a direwolf is bigger than a spider. But I do kind of agree that maybe the familiars overall have gotten a bit bigger. Also, it's a little deceptive because I think some of the more recent familiars include wings. You know, the Phoenix, Clover, Tiamat, Starsilk, and the flapping of those wings definitely makes them look a lot bigger. So yeah, it kind of depends, but I do agree that, you know, the size is there. I'm seeing Galazabrazu. Let me try that again. Galzabrazu says, looks like your UI scaling is making them bigger. Yeah, that might be it too. If you do ever want to change your UI scaling, you can come over here to settings and here's what I got. Is there a right way to do it? It's the way that it makes sense for you. So it's possible that that's why my familiars look so big, but I like looking at the details. So especially the Phoenix, because the Phoenix is awesome. Look at that. Look at that. They're awesome. Okay, more questions. It's already 1:30. Jeez, so many questions. Kiwi Mischief, is Quillic worth getting? Absolutely. I think Quillic is an absolutely fantastic buffer. You do have to do some formation positional funness in order to maximize their buff, but first off, awesome buffer. Second off, burb person. Do I need to say more? I don't think I do. Says Pez30, hey there, what is the music in the background? I think do I just have the... Is this the playlist I've got going? I sometimes forget what my background music is. I think it's the playlist of Bardic Inspiration without the singing. So yeah, what that probably is, I can't hear it myself, which is why I can't tell, and all it says on my screen is full playlist. So I'm pretty sure what I have is Bardic Inspiration, Volume 1, the all of the songs that are the instrumental versions of the songs. Because the game comes with both the instrumentals and the singing version, which I think is awesome because I enjoy listening to the instrumentals a lot of the time. You can listen to it live in the game with the jukebox, or you can purchase it from Steam and the Epic Games, so you can download it and have it yourself. You could also go listen to Bardic Inspiration Volume 1 on our YouTube, which I just failed miserably to put into chat. There we go, YouTube. There we go. It sounds like Brimstone Angels Go 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 was what was just playing just now. So I hope that helps. Let's see. The Lurking Writer, is Jim the only name the captions have actually gotten correct so far? I mean, give the captions a break. Captions are doing what the captions can do. The fact that every once in a while it gets it actually gets Orkira? Nope, not really. Severin0166, do you know if Dahani's paint will stay if they are switched out? I do not. For those of you who are wondering, what they're asking about is the new champion Dahani coming out on Wednesday for High Harvest Tide. Our champion spotlight just went up on Friday, and so you can read all about Dahani, and I am super excited. Let me grab Dahani's spotlight real quick. What I love, especially about Dahani, is how they're a mix of a fun DPS champion with this painting mechanic. Because if you haven't had a chance to watch Rivals of Waterdeep, Dahani's a painter and wants to be an artist when she's not being a murder burb, because she's incredibly efficient at destroying people. So yeah, you can go and use Dahani there. And so she paints people. She literally puts brushstrokes on people and marks them in those ways, and the colors represent different things that she's doing and bonuses and buffs she'll get. So I'm excited because Murder Burb, my one biggest regret, the one huge, just this is the second time a champion is going to be coming out in the same slot as Orkira, and that means Orkira is not going to be able to be in the same slot and not going to be able to be in the same formation. First was Deacon. When they told me Orkira was going into slot 1, I was like, yay, but Deacon. But Doom. And now Dahani's coming out in slot 1. I'm like, yay! But then Orkira doesn't get to be in the same formation. But, that's just me. Can't always get what you want. All right. Onyx Squared. Can you talk about Puent a little bit? I don't recall ever hearing them mentioned. Okay, I don't know if I'm in the best position to talk about Puent, but we can chat about Puent. I'm also failing miserably. There's Puent. Can't use during this thing. So Puent, you know what? I'll pull Puent up this way. Puent is a dwarf who's wearing the Battle Rager armor, which means all Puent wants to do is hug people. But that's not exactly what it is. Here we go. Yeah, let's go to collections. We'll do Puent this way so we can see Puent and their armor. They were an older champion, so they've been out for a little while. They're basically a debuff champion. I love that spiky armor. It's so good. It's so fun. So yeah, Puent rushes out into battle and hurts people with the spiky armor, but then buffs other people doing damage. And yeah, Puent's fun. I don't know if you have any specific suggestions. I know there's a couple guides out to Puent, so definitely check those out. And the Battle Rager is just a fun class in D&D if you get a chance to ever play them. Astral Return, Lauren, hi. Is it better to get favor from an open time gate or from just doing the campaign you want favor from? It might depend on how much favor you have and what you're trying to do. I think, I'm not exactly sure about the numbers. I know you can go ahead and grind out the favor in a specific open time gate, but I feel like unless you're also trying to get some of the silver chests that might drop from doing the free play, go ahead and just close it out and go do the campaign you're trying to do. I do know if you are given the opportunity with some things, wait as long as you can before you convert favor, because that helps. But in most cases for time gates, once you're done doing the adventures that are going to give you the chests that you want, you can go ahead and hang out in the free play. But I would say do that if you're really trying to get a bunch of chests before that free play closes. Otherwise, if you're focused on a specific campaign, go back to that campaign. Keep working on that specific campaign. Silver and X is, if there is an event on Wednesday, should I wait with opening a time gate? It's kind of up to you and whether you have the bandwidth, both in your game and in the number of parties you have. I tend to go all in on events when they happen. Oh, hey, we finished a challenge. I tend to all in, especially when there's 3 champions that are available like there are. I literally will set up one, as long as I have the event favor for it, I will set up a formation in each of the champions campaign so I can try to get as much gear as possible. But if you are running out of favor, or if you only want to focus on 1 champion or 2 champions, or if you're just really excited about unlocking a different champion, maybe someone that's going to work with the champions you have. For example, with Dahani coming, maybe you want to unlock Celise and Shaka. Maybe you want to make sure that you have all of the current rivals of Waterdeep. So you can work on Dahani, and then if you have another party, work on getting one of those champions. So I think it's probably worth waiting a little bit just to see, unless you plan on opening a time gate today and blitzing through a couple of those, getting those gold chests and then getting out, which you can definitely do. But yeah, it's kind of good to think ahead to those couple of days and think about it for a second, because if you really want to go in on the event, then it's good to wait. I see a lot of people in chat talking about split the party. Yeah, getting split the party so that you can get multiple parties is super good. How did I lose? Get familiar on there. Being able to have multiple parties going is really, really useful, especially during events. Or, for example, I will often have, if I'm running low on event favor, and so I can't have all 3 of my parties going into the event and getting chests for those champions, I'll pull one of them out. I'll pull one of the venturing parties out, and I'll have them go back to doing patron variants, catching up on getting some of the challenges that I haven't done yet, or unlocking some other stuff that's going on. So it is really useful. I think a lot of the guides that are out there, if you're doing that, hey, what is the order of events of things I need to do in order to unlock the most in the game? A lot of them split the party is going to be one of your first big milestones, because being able to have 2 parties at the same time, absolutely good. All right. Joe Malo, what's your favorite ult animation? Not necessarily ult itself, just the most fun animation. I like Thriss's jazz hands. Okay, I mean, the obvious answer here is Orkira. Orkira is amazing, and her ult is objectively the best ever of all time. Maybe, if you are, I actually think her ultimate is super fun. I remember when they sent me the animations for it, and they were like, hey, so this is what we're thinking for Orkira's ult, and I was just like, I was just watching it on loop. I just couldn't stop it. If we're going to say not Orkira because I am super biased, because I am the most biased ever of all time, I mean, Spurt. Spurt is fun. Spurt is super fun. That giant hammer that comes down, you're dead! That's super fun. Let me think. Who else? Who else has a really good ult that's visually appealing that also is funny? Yeah, TTRP gifts. I agree with Lauren. I'm also biased. I mean, it's hard for me not to pick Orkira, but yeah. Also, I think in this case, like, look at this. Watch this. Watch this ridiculousness. And it keeps going. It just keeps going. Okay, I'll stop. Yes, I do think Spurt is really fun. It's hard for me to... like, a lot of these ults are really, really good, I'm not gonna lie, but Spurt makes me giggle every single time. Warden's is pretty fun. The big, dark, massive black tentacles. It's hard not to appreciate that. Let's see what chat says. I'm curious now. Daddy says Magic Missile Swarm is amazing. That's true. Oh, Ashara's Fireball. Ashara's Fireball's really good. That's a fun one. Let's see. Deacon for Doom. Little Doom over their head. That's good. But that's more I just like hearing Deacon in my head go, Doom! Prudence's ult is also very cool. Agreed. Evelyn's horse. Yeah, when she gets on... Is it Morning Glory is the name of her horse? I think it's Morning Glory. But yeah, when she gets onto her greater steed, it's the Pegasus and it flies forward. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Cassius335. Walnuts is really good. All of the forest friends. Just a swarm of tiny creatures across the screen. That is really fun. Feral Storm 201 says Averin's kick. Yeah, where he grows and everybody else shrinks. Yeah. I mean, I have begrudging respect to Averin. But yeah, that does look pretty cool. Lucy LRA, yeah, Quillix feathers, they're a lot more understated than a lot of the ults that we've been talking about. But yeah, like those purple feathers are very pretty, and I think we've got it here. It's a very pretty ultimate. Let's get that going. Yeah, just all these purple feathers falling from the sky. It's deceptively calming. Yeah, Cathris's is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of, even the ones that are not necessarily the most flashy, I think all of them are really effective in a variety of different ways. So that's, you know, there's some of them that maybe aren't the flashiest, but are super useful. So, also, if you happen to have unlocked the nerds, their ult where it just shakes the cart and it switches which nerds, like, it's kind of adorable. It is super adorable. We still have a couple minutes left. So let me see if I can get some more questions done. Cassius 335 off-topic question. I mean, we don't do off-topic things here. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me talk about D4 a little bit more. Any thoughts on the new Critical Role #1 comic and RPG hybrid? Personally, I think that seems like an idea worth stealing. Well, I mean, it's their idea. I have to learn some more. I have been between the D&D celebration this weekend, which I didn't get a chance to watch all of it or a lot of it because I was out of town, and everything else that's been going on. I am sadly very far behind. I will say, if we're going to talk about things, Critical Role, I do know they're going to be talking about their new campaign soon, their new big campaign, and I'm excited about that. Nan Bread Loaf question. Are there any other painting-themed characters? I love art and wouldn't mind trying a themed party. Ooh. I don't know of any. So Dahani is going to have paints. The Witchlight Orkira, her wings are painted, but she's not really... If you're looking for characters that can paint or do art, I think Dahani is probably the one. And then, yeah, so Orkira's got the Witchlight, the painted wings instead of another set of wings because wings on wings. Yeah. I can't think of any others. I'll keep that in mind and think about it. Definitely because painting is such a core part of Dahani's character. I think it's good that she's got something like that is so evocative, and I would hope that continues to be the special thing that she does. But, you know, we'll see in the future. But I do really like that. I like that her, like there's a whole bunch of details that are super cool about her character that I think you're really going to enjoy. And in a weird way, I'm getting into not painting, not full-on painting. My husband is the artist. I hang out with awesome artists on the sketching hour. I am not an artist, but I actually just bought one of those glass-dipped pens and a couple inks because my husband has one, and I'm going to have some fun with glass-dipped pens and Not calligraphy, but fun handwriting, I guess. Handwriting with inks and fun colors and things. Art adjacent. We'll say art adjacent. Edlad, is chaotic good the most common alignment in the game? I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Chaotic good is a very popular alignment, especially for those of us who play streamed characters. It is. I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to do the count, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think you're probably right. Killzoth, other than Spurt, have they released any of their champs with codes lately? Well, yes, there was a whole bunch over the last 3 weeks, but I believe most of those are no longer... I think Spurt is the only one that is still live. The code, I mean. So if you haven't picked up Witchlight Spurt. But yeah, we tend to do a lot of those kind of giveaways during the big event streams. I know C-Team has been doing a bunch of giveaways. I don't think those are... They're not like Witchlight Spurt in where here's the code and everybody gets it. Yay! I think those are actual like try to win a giveaway. I know they've got some pretty nice packs there. But I don't know of any others offhand. But that being said, we did just get off of a whole bunch of celebrations and these things come in waves. So stick around. Keep an eye, especially on the Discord. The Discord is a really good way because there's a combinations channel there, and so if you happen to miss a stream that gives away something like that, then yes, the Discord is going to have that information. But right now I believe the Witchlight Spurt is the only current one that's still live, because I believe that expires on Wednesday? I will say, question mark, I'm pretty sure it expires on Wednesday. So if you haven't redeemed that yet, go do that. Oh, and now I have a bunch of people talking about glass dip pens. Friday, CWU, Lauren, glass dip pens and fountain pens are a trap. And I only use fountain pens for work and spend way too much on inks. Yeah, I've heard that. And I'm okay with that because I do so much digitally. It'd be nice to have a little bit of a side thing. Plus, with my husband being an artist, I'm looking forward to doing something like that with him. And then there were other... Yeah, the C-Team giveaway last week was amazing. Yeah, Law Dogs talks about it. 42 chests for all 4 characters. Yeah. If you want to have a chance to win some amazing Idle Champions gear, go watch C-Team and submit for some of those because, ooh, yes. Oh, there we go. There's the Witchlight Spurt. Expires September 29th at 9 a.m. So yes, you still have 2 more days. If you're watching this on the VOD, hopefully you're watching this on September 28th. Nan Breadloaf asks about digital art. I do not do any art. I do 0 art. I do 0 visual art, let's say. Unless you call really bad Photoshop, which I do not call art, I call it really bad Photoshop. I am the musician. If you want to see really cool digital art, come watch the Sketching Hour and come watch Alexis and Michelle do amazing art. We have a couple more questions, or a couple more minutes. Let's get another question. Malady1336, watching Lauren's streams is hours of low-key dopamine flow. Oh, thank you. I sometimes feel like I just prattle at the screen for 2 hours and hope that people enjoy, so thank you, I appreciate it. Mr. Euristic, how do you unlock the nerds? So, nerds right now are a champion that you can unlock by purchasing nerds, the candy, in a store, and then submitting the proof of purchase, the receipt, to a website that is, I believe it's like D&D. Oh, but there we go. We got it in the chat. nerdscandypromotion.com. You submit the receipt to that website, and it says, "Thank you for buying Nerds. Have some free stuff." You get an adventure, a D&D adventure that's written with nerds in mind. You get like some cool wallpapers and art, and then you get a code that will unlock the nerds in the game. Once the promotion is over, the nerds will become available to everybody in the gem shop for gems. And we did that on purpose because you can't get nerds everywhere. Also, some people are just not into candy, and so they would rather not. But for those who want to, go buy some nerds. And if you can't have access to nerds, you just gotta be a little patient, and eventually nerds will be available in the gem shop for everybody. And yeah, and you don't have. My understanding, if it's still true, is you don't have to buy the nerds that have the D&D branding on them. You just have to buy nerds, because not everywhere in the world gets nerds. And then even the places that get nerds, not everywhere in the world is getting the D&D nerds. So that's how you get. And I believe you can buy a box of nerds for like $1. So, but if you don't want to buy candy, which I totally understand, because once candy is in this house, it's gone, and I am on a diet. Or if you are a place that doesn't have access to nerds because they don't offer it in your country because corporations are weird that way, you can get them in the gem shop once the promotion is over. We're almost out of time. Let's see. Martin, excluding Orkira, what's your favorite new skin? Thank you for saying excluding Orkira, because I would have had to have said her. I'm gonna say, I think Witchlight Spurt is really, really good. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go with Warden. I'm gonna go with the Witchlight Warden. Yeah. Here, we're just gonna stick Warden in there for a second. Look, I love those wings. Ah, those wings are so cool. All right, back to Dragonbait. Back to Dragonbait. There we go. I'm gonna take one more question. And then we have to stop. Joe Malo, is the gem price for nerds known? No idea. There we go. Easy question to end on. Thank you so much to chat for hanging out with me for 2 hours as we get through a whole bunch of patron challenges. Thank you to the amazing duo of Martin and Mars for being my co-producers / moderators for this chat. If you do have any future questions, come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. Hang around. We're doing a rebroadcast of a Bardic Inspiration episode, and Bardic Inspiration is always super fun to watch. And with that, we'll see you next encounter. Bye.